Today we're going to come out of the shop and into the kitchen. I'm going to show you how to replace your current range hood with an over-the-range microwave. We'll go from this to this. The first thing you're going to do is take the current range out. It's usually held on by 4 Phillips screws to the cabinet above.
Wow, what's that doing?
Daddy's taking a video
Wow.
so he can teach other people how to do this. That's Josh. He's my oldest. Kids are great because they give you an audience that you wouldn't normally have. They also make things take about 4 times longer than they're supposed to. But they're a blessing. The next thing you're going to want to do is remove the wiring from your range hood. In my case, the hole wasn't big enough for the plug to fit through, so I had to take the wiring out from the hood. Not really a big deal. Hopefully your hole is drilled big enough and you won't have to deal with this. Ka-chow. The next step is to make sure your cabinet is level, because that is how you're going to line up your template. And if your cabinet isn't level, then you need to either fix it or adjust for it. Now is a good time to double check your width of your cabinets and make sure that the width is the same in the front and the back. Now we're going to mark the center line in between the 2 cabinets. Put it on the wall and on the little frame of the cabinet right above it. Now take your template and line it up to the center line that you marked on the wall with the center line on the template and tape it in place. Now with the template in place, it's time to start finding the stud. This unit required 2 toggle bolts and at least 1 screw in the stud somewhere in the center of the bracket. While I do this, make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you get notified every time I post a new video. Now this step can get a little daunting if you're trying to go through tile. First, you need a tile drill bit because drilling through tile is really hard. Second is with the tile, if you don't have the right stud finder, finding the stud is really just a game of whack-a-mole, as you'll see as the video goes on. And in the end, I actually had to drill my own hole in the bracket to hit the stud that was behind the stove. If I was to do this again, I would remove a couple rows of tile at the top to find the stud, and then the tile behind where the bracket would mount. My game of whack-a-mole is complete, and I found the stud. I had to use a 3/16 drill bit to pre-drill the hole into the stud for the lag screw. Next, I'm going to put the template on the bottom of the top cabinet. Now the instructions tell you to remove the rear template before installing the top template, but you need to line up your center line, and even though you have it marked on the wall in the cabinet, why not leave a giant reference there for you to see? It just makes sense. So my advice is leave the rear template up, install and tape the top template in place, and then mark your pilot holes. Now that the template is in place, I just go through with a 3/16 drill bit and mark all 3 holes. The 2 holes that hold the microwave in place and the center of the 2-inch hole you need for the plug. Next, I'm going to widen the holes for the toggle bolts. They called for a 5/8 drill bit, which I couldn't find, so I had to step up to a half and make the hole as big as I could. While I drill these out, why don't you go ahead and leave me a comment. Tell me if you've ever done this before, and if you have any tips or tricks for drilling through glass tile, I'd really appreciate it because that was the longest part of this project. I told you, drilling through tile is a pain. Now we're going to put the lag bolts in the bracket and attach the bracket to the wall. Once we get the bracket in and snug, then we're going to get the level out and make sure that we are level. Don't forget the lag screw that goes into the stud. For the next part, you're going to need some help. Kids are the absolute best. So I forgot to hit the record button, but before this step, you would pre-drill the holes for the mounting screws and the plug in the top cabinet. So just make sure you do that before you put the microwave on the bracket. Can you see under there? Am I on the bottom of the bracket or the top?
I think you're on the top. Yeah.
This part is a lot easier with two people. Luckily, this unit was light enough that I could lift it myself. And my beautiful wife got to come in and help me screw it into place.
Look at me helping.
Wave to the camera, honey. And now the most satisfying part, ripping the plastic off. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're still with me, I really appreciate you. Please make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you again soon.